Good morning students, welcome to chemistry online class. In this session we will discuss the extractive metallurgy of copper from the lesson periodic classification of elements. So copper, its symbol is Cu. Romans named the copper as cuprum because it was obtained from the Cyprus island. Because it was obtained from the Cyprus island, copper is present in the free or native state as well as in the combined state. The important ores of copper, first one is copper pyrites. Its formula is CuFeS2. Second one is cuprite or ruby copper. Its formula is Cu2O. Third one is copper glans. Its formula is Cu2S. Among these three ores, copper pyrites is considered as a chief ore. So copper is extracted from the copper pyrites ore. Our old production, 76% of the copper was obtained from the copper pyrites. So, extraction process, copper is obtained from the copper pyrites. It involves steps. The first step is concentration of the ore. The first step is concentration of the ore. The ore is finely powdered and then concentrated by the Froth flotation process. Why? The Froth flotation process is used for the copper because Froth flotation process is applicable for the sulfide ores. So, copper pyrites concentration method involves the Froth flotation process, and then second one is roasting method. Roasting. The concentrated ore is roasted in presence of the excess of the air. During the roasting process, moisture and volatile impurities, that is easily evaporatable impurities, are removed, and then sulfur, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony are removed as oxides. Copper pyrite is partly converted into cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. So CuFeS2 plus oxygen, it forms Cu2S, cuprous sulfide plus ferrous sulfide, along with the evolution of the sulfur dioxide gas. So balancing the equation here too. Okay. So roasting process, concentrated ore is roasted in presence of excess of air, moisture and volatile, that is easily evaporatable impurities are removed. Phosphorus, sulfur, arsenic, antimony are removed as oxides. Copper pyrites is partly converted into cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide, along with the evolution of the sulfur dioxide gas. The third step is smelting process. In the smelting process, roasted ore is heated with powdered coke and sand in a blast furnace. So matte and slag is formed. Slag is removed as a waste. Matte is a combination of the cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. Okay, first step 1 concentration by Frucht flotation process. Step 2 roasting copper pyrites. Impurities are removed. Copper pyrites is partly converted into cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. Step 3 smelting. Roasted ore is heated with powdered coke and sand in a blast furnace to obtain matty and slag. Slag is removed as a waste. Matty is a combination of the cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. Now step 4 is besimerization. In the besimerization process, molten matty is transformed into Bessemer converter. Molten matty is transformed into Bessemer converter to obtain the blister copper. To obtain the blister copper, first of all, ferrous sulfide is oxidized into ferrous oxide along with the evolution of the sulfur dioxide gas, balancing the equation here 2, here 3, here 2 and here 2. So ferrous sulfide is oxidized into ferrous oxide. The ferrous oxide reacts with silica, that is SiO2. It forms iron silicate. It forms iron silicate, that is FeSiO3. Iron silicate is removed as a slag. Okay. Now cuprous sulfide Cu2S reacts with oxygen. Cuprous sulfide is converted into cuprous oxide with the evolution of the sulfur dioxide gas. So balancing the equation here 2, here 2 and then here 2 and then here 2. Now here 3. The equation is balanced. So cuprous sulfide is converted into cuprous oxide. Cuprous oxide, it reacts with cuprous sulfide. It forms the copper along with the evolution of the sulfur dioxide gas. So balancing the equation here 4 and then here 2. So 6 copper atoms. Here 6. Now the equation is balanced. The obtained copper is blister copper. Why this copper is called blister copper? Because the copper looks like the blister on the surface of the copper metal. It is due to the evolution of the sulfur dioxide gas. Okay. Now blister copper, that is impure copper, is obtained. The next process is electrolytic refining. The next process is electrolytic refining, because blister copper contains 98% of the pure copper and 2% of the impurity. So the blister copper is allowed to get a high degree of the pure metal. The method involved is electrolytic refining. In the electrolytic refining method, cathode is thin plate of pure copper. Anode is black of impure copper. The third important thing is electrolyte. Copper sulfate is acidified with sulfuric acid, that is copper sulfate plus sulfuric acid act as a electrolyte. On passing electric current, pure copper gets deposited on the cathode. Anode contains the impurities. The impurities are settled at the bottom of the anode in the form of sludge. Is called anode mud. Okay. In short, pure metal is deposited on the cathode. Impurities settle down at the bottom of the anode in the form of sludge. Is called anode mud. Now we will move to the physical properties. First of all, copper, it is a reddish brown metal. Copper, it is a reddish brown metal. It has high density. It has high luster. Luster means brightness. Its melting point is 1356 degrees Celsius. Now we will move to the chemical properties. Chemical properties. First one, reaction with air and moisture. Reaction with air and moisture. A green layer is formed around the copper. The green layer is called basic copper carbonate. Basic copper carbonate is formed due to the reaction of the copper with air and moisture. So, copper reacts with oxygen and carbon dioxide, which is present in the air, along with water, that is moisture. It forms the basic copper carbonate. Basic copper carbonate is a green layer. Its formula is CuCO3.CuOH twice. And then second one is action of heat. The second chemical property is action of heat. In the heating process, the involved temperature is 1370 Kelvin. So, copper is heated below 1370 Kelvin. It forms black cupric oxide. It forms black cupric oxide. Copper is heated above 1370 Kelvin. It forms red cuprous oxide. I am repeating, copper is heated below 1370 Kelvin. It forms black cupric oxide. Copper is heated above 1370 Kelvin. It forms red cuprous oxide. So, copper heated with oxygen, the temperature is below 1370 Kelvin. It forms cupric oxide. Balancing the equation, here 2 and then here 2. It is black cupric oxide is also called copper 2 oxide. Copper 2 oxide. And then copper with oxygen on heating above 1370 Kelvin, it forms red cuprous oxide. It forms red cuprous oxide, that is copper 1 oxide. Copper 1 oxide, Cu2O. Balancing the equation, here 2 and then here 4. Okay. The third one is reaction with the acids. The third one is reaction with the acids. First of all, copper plus dilute acids HCl or H2SO4, no reaction. No reaction. It is due to the absence of air. It is due to the absence of the air. But copper dissolves in the dilute HCl. Copper dissolves in the dilute HCl in the presence of oxygen, that is in the presence of air. It forms CuCl2 along with the water molecule H2O, balancing the equation here 2 and then here 4 and then here 2 and then here 2. 2 copper atoms, 4 chlorine atoms, 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms. Okay. And copper react with dilute nitric acid. Dilute nitric acid, it liberates the nitric oxide. Nitric oxide or nitrogen monoxide gas. Copper plus nitric acid HNO3 dilute, it gives copper nitrate CuNO3 twice plus nitric oxide or nitrogen monoxide plus water molecule H2O, balancing the equation here 3, here 8, here 3, here 2 and then here 4. Next, copper react with sulfuric acid. Copper react with sulfuric acid. It forms copper sulfate CuSO4 plus water molecule H2O, evolution of the sulfur dioxide gas SO2, balancing the equation here 2 and then here 2. Now the equation is balanced. Next, the fourth one is copper reacts with chlorine. Copper reacts with chlorine. Copper reacts with chlorine. It forms CuCl2, that is copper 2 chloride. Copper 2 chloride. And then fifth one is copper react with alkalis. Copper is not attacked by alkalis, that is copper plus alkali, no reaction. Copper plus alkali, no reaction. Next, uses of copper. First of all, copper is used in the electrical appliances. Copper is used in the utensils, calorimeters, containers and coins. And then copper is used in the electroplating process. Electroplating is the process is used to provide a coating of the metal with other object by using the electric current. And then copper is allied with gold and silver to make the jewelry and coins. Let us discuss in the next class. Thank you, students. Thank you.